afternoon, or almost afternoon. So I had forgotten to hit record when I started shuffling. So this is the overall energy, divine masculines, what they and how they feel about what they're letting go of, what they're releasing. Okay, I'm gonna do a read for the feminines to see what their masculines are letting go of. Alright. So overall energy on what they're letting go of, they're actually feeling very good about it, what they're letting go of. They feel that like a dolphin, they believe in this, they are childlike, innocent, kind of feeling the love about this idea. They feel inspired and very spiritual, like they are hitting their target. How this circle goes round and round around him like a sonic wave. Feels your vibration, they feel your energy, and they feel your love and light, which gives them strength. And they are, see how their chakras and their solar plexus chakras lit up, their sacral chakras lit up. And here they're like still healing on some level, but very determined, very focused as a lion with strength, really growing that strength in love and passion. Get a lot of passion in this card, but this card is just a lot of fun, a lot of almost a giggly energy, that they have a new idea. They're in their emotions, and like they want to sing about it with this nightingale here. They know the feminine is their light that they follow. They recognize the divine energy, that it is a divine connection, and it just lights their world. And they are coming out of an emotional state of place of darkness, perhaps even feeling very overwhelmed about this emotions. And this is about what they're letting go of, how they feel about what they're letting go of. Thank you, Spirit. They're having the strength to let go of some things. They've had this epiphany over realizing this energy, right? So they're having the strength and determination. They're, okay, getting energy in my hands are starting to shake here. A lot of power on this one, because look at the wand is even, as soon as I get near that card, it like shakes. So this one is, they want to speak about it. They want to sing. They want to speak to their light, their divine feminine, regarding what they're letting go of. So let's see what that is and how this works out. It's the first time I'm doing asking this reading, so let's see how this goes. Usually I only do positive things, what's coming in, not what's going out. Spirit, call in the DM spirit guides and higher selves for the collective, and that they would share with us what they are releasing and feeling good about, and what are they letting go of. What are they letting go of? Options. Ooh. Choices. They're letting go of the choices and the options, the idea of options. I'm going to set this here for a minute. What else are they letting go of? What are they letting go of? I'm also going to use to make sure I have clarity on reading these, okay? Give me 1 second. This, letting go of emotions, releasing emotions. Talking about it. King of Swords is judgment. The two points of choice. Releasing blockages to it. Okay. Just wanted to clarify with Spirit a few things, because getting a few different people, groups, but this is a lot of energy flowing through. A lot of emotions that happened with this transformation for this person. So starting off with Seven of Cups, what they're letting go of and they're happy about, they want to sing, and they want to let you know they're releasing the idea of options and choosing, having to choose, devil energy, wanting the jewels and the sex, the money with the castles. They've had this epiphany, like a shining light coming into their third eye basically was probably open, and then they were able to see, and the Spirit showed them visions in their sleep and in their rest, so that they could see clearly the error of their ways, that they had chosen wrong in the past. In the past, they thought they had many options, and that they were focused on their money, their jewels, their sex with other people, their sexual addictions, even their old belief systems of either, their religious belief systems of upbringing, that kind of rooted system. They are releasing that, having an epiphany with this burst of light, of a new way of seeing things, a higher level of thinking things, a higher accolades. Releasing their way of thinking regarding, connections, releasing the idea of the human gender identities with, that what they see with their two eyes, they now see with their third eye, and they see the people around them for the soul that they are, rather than the male or female or whichever. They see them as just the global light of the soul, the inner soul that they are. It's beautiful. King of Cups, they are releasing emotions. They're releasing, this is not them releasing the idea of a commitment here. This is them releasing their emotions, allowing themselves to cry, allowing themselves to feel those emotions, and releasing them, and wanting to come forward and talk to you about it. Handing you their cup filled with their tears and saying, I understand now why I felt this way, why, how I'm feeling. They have an epiphany, so they're releasing that through their throat chakra, but also just in their own being, allowing that to come up to the surface with their transformation, right? And just vomit it out pretty much, and cry, whatever it takes. But they've released that. They've released the focus of having to have the wheel turned their way, having to have control of how things move forward. They know now that there are many things that are involved in how their wheel plays, and that it's a quantum physics, energy moves things, right? They're understanding, or starting to understand, that it's all divine timing, and they're putting an end to the need to control how that wheel moves. They're also surrendering the idea of options. Again, we have the options over here, but perhaps some have had two people. They've had the sexy, watery person in their life that was very high maintenance and always had to be draped or frosted in jewels or fine clothing, and in their emotions, and just high expectations. I'm getting off this card. And this one is, she looks like she's got brown eyes with long red hair, sassy, fire energy almost off this card. Like you were her servant is what I'm getting off this card, this feminine. And they're releasing that. They're releasing because the options were the divine gift, that they just know that you shine, you glow, purity. They see you as purity. They see you as an earth angel. They are releasing the just having to battle, or hang on. They're releasing the idea of keeping both. They're releasing one. They realize that they need to let go of one. And this is the worldly energy, always wanting, wanting that something sexy to look at or find from the avatar person. Now they're seeing each from their soul level, the light that shines from within them. And the light that shines from this is dark. Dark and just emotional, keeping things turmoil, keeping things like in the, what's that whirlwind in the middle of the ocean that's the triangle? Spins in a circle down into the water. The triangle, something triangle. Why can't I think? We have 4 fish here. It's like at the equator level almost. Anyway, that's how she feels. This is like a sinking, like how that, the whirlwind in the ocean that sucks everything into it. And it's, that's how she is. She sucks their soul in, the masculine. They feel when this one that their soul gets sucked in for the worldly parts of this, right, connection. But this only shines brightly, is not sucking anything, it's shining outwardly with love. And throat chakra is unconditional love, speaking love and light. So putting an end, anyways, to dealing with both at the same time, putting an end to having to choose. Maybe they've made their choice. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, as the King of Swords, they cut through the illusions, cut through the control issues in their ego. Recently had an end of this, and they recognize and are embracing their earth angel energy. They realize that they are healers, they are light workers, and are taking their stand, taking their throne. Yeah, so putting an end to the 10 of Swords, that backstabbing pain that they caused everyone else, or that they will no longer accept from this cold Queen here. Even though Queen of Cups is love and emotion, usually that's not the energy off this card right now. So putting an end to this heartbreak and the stabbing in the back. They recognize the one that they want is the Empress, and that this is their everything. And so at the center of the reading, this is at the center of their heart, the center of their mind is the Empress, the one that will birth the new beginning, birth their children. And for some, be careful if you don't want to get pregnant, because there are eggs here that look fertile, ready to go. For whoever that's for, things will come to fruition. Transformation, the equality of all creatures alike. We all share the same energy. Letting go that they think that it's worldly and two-dimensional, that they're seeing the depth now. They're seeing with their third eye that we are all energy. The plants, the crystals, the humans, earth, air, we're all energy. And they've had this transformation of understanding and releasing the old way of thinking. This is them, again, releasing the their childlike games, their immaturity regarding love. They're going to speak this green. They're going to speak. Their throat chakra is open here with the blue. So they are going to speak more maturely regarding their emotions and their love with the heart chakra open. They've had, again, that enlightenment, that they've been immature, they've been childlike, playing games, and they are going to put an end to those games. Thank goodness. For whoever that resonates with. Let's see what else we get. What else are they putting an end to, Spirit? Let's clarify the 7 of Cups. Putting an end to. What are they putting an end to? Clarify 7 of Cups for what they're putting an end to. The Knight of Swords. Cutting communication. sharp, stormy storm cloud just raging in. Even though this is usually a positive card, I see it right now with a lot of dark communication issues. So there two of swords. This is a Knight of Swords, but she got two in her hand. So indecision. They're putting an end to indecision, or indecisive communication. Thank you, Spirit. And storming, like just reacting type communication. Clarify the King of Cups, what they're putting an end to. What are they putting an end to or letting go of? King of Cups, what are they letting go of? Or releasing? What are they releasing? Being the Nine of Swords, putting an end to that, feeling trapped, being tied down, self-imposed entrapment at that. They are recognizing the Spirit is there, and they are going to learn to reach up and let Spirit lead them. They are surrendering to Spirit. Oh, hang on. Being out in the cold with storm clouds. They're putting an end to storm clouds, but the control issue here with the Wheel of Fortune, that they're letting go of how things turn. They realize it's divine timing. They realize they cannot control the wheel moving forward when we can control it with energy, right? But as far as the what is it, ego or pride control, that sense of control. And letting go or releasing having you left out in the cold. They recognize they've left you out in the cold and ignored it for their ego. They were still in that zombie earthling energy, not of a higher vibration. And they're releasing that now that they're coming into their own, that high vibration. And the Sun card is here to celebrate this because it's been a breakthrough of the storm clouds that have been blocking their vision. Clarify Ten of Swords, clarify Ten of Swords. What are they releasing? What are they letting go of? The masculine, these are the collective. What are they letting go of? What are they releasing? Yes. Feeling like they're invisible, feeling like they're in control, feeling like they are out of, for some that they're out of, feeling of out of control, like letting go of the pain, right? But this is also Spirit, to me, usually is this card is like Spirit throwing them into the chariot or into their throne and saying, you will move. This is releasing that battle of fighting against it and going with the flow of Spirit. What are they releasing regarding Ten of Swords? Just want to get another one since that was kind of... Trickery. They're releasing the trickery and manifesting or playing games, the trying to manipulate, thank you, Spirit. Trickery and manipulation. Didn't say that correctly. They're putting an end to being someone they're not. They looked in the reflection and saw that they is not who they truly are. They are being in their authentic self now. They will present themselves authentically and in truth, and are no longer pretending to be multiple people. What's with the Empress? Could you clarify the Empress card for us? Clarify the Empress card regarding the center of the reading. Okay, so they've gotten enlightenment. Message came in from a white buffalo spirit woman. Is Knight of Coins brought them the message in their dreams regarding perhaps the error of their ways and what blessing Spirit has brought them to what they need. And it was regarding this hurting this person, feminine, with perhaps all around her were people that cared for her and loved her. They were, she has people that support her emotionally with like dragonfly energy, right? Spiritual energy. But they were being more of a moth, and they were eating away at the core of the relationship. They were self-destructing this connection, self-imposing, again, words do have meanings. I don't know why I'm lost for them. Seven of Swords, cutting out the things that no longer serve them, flying above the average, flying above the drama and the cattiness. Destruction? No. Self-destruction? Self-debilitating? Why can't I think of that word? Alright, Page of Cups. Ridding themselves of the immature energy. Clarify, please. Ridding themselves of the immature energy. No, I missed one. I don't know which one it was. So. In reverse, Three of Wands. Feeling, ending or releasing the fact that things were out of control, like they were falling, falling and fighting for survival, fighting that scarcity feeling, the need, the lack mentality. They're releasing that. They're letting that mentality go, and they know that Spirit has brought them blessings. Clarify King of Swords, please, sir. Clarify. Okay. This one. I'm just going to check. Okay. This wanted to come out before, so. Releasing the, okay, gotcha. Releasing the Knight of Wands player energy, that in and out energy, not sticking around, snake, sleaziness. I was going to say sneaky, but sleazy came out, so take it as it will. Releasing the three-party situations, thinking that they were higher than the others, thinking that the women or men in their life were beneath them, because gender doesn't matter, it goes either way. Oh yeah, snake energy and three-party situation. Okay, hang on, I'll get back to the bottom of the deck in a minute. Again, releasing the things that stink, the throwing stones at other people, the releasing three-party situations for diversity. Different flavor. They want a variety, different flavor every day type thing. Whatever. Princess of Wands. This woman is like a seductress, would you say? A dominatrix? Somebody likes, I don't know if I'd say kinky sex, but someone likes dominatrix stuff, releasing that energy. This woman has rope around her sacral chakra, a snake on her leg, an anaconda here, squeezing the life out of this person. Anaconda over here, again, was squeezing the life out of him, squeezing him to his soul. And her wand was really a cobra. She was controlling him with toxic devil energy. Again, spell work I see in this woman. There's nothing good about the energy right now in this card. It's very evil and filthy on the inside, although she may appear to be beautiful on the outside. But she does not have a good soul. She has a lot of karma built up, put it that way. On the bottom of the deck, Spirit says, releasing the not giving and taking, not sharing their gifts. Yes. Spirit has been blessing you with many downloads, many blessings. He's been dropping jewels into you from the sky, and you're not sharing them with the universe. It says you need to be sharing your gifts that the universe gives you, the downloads that need to be packed. You're not listening to spirit guides. You're not listening to your intuition. This is what a message Spirit's saying. They need to be sharing these gifts that they're learning about and that they now are seeing. They need to share them with the universe. And it was lovers, release of, the two women, releasing a lover, because this connection was divinely guided, but for some women, he was tied to them with snake energy, which was this woman here, right? I'm going to put that one over there. Releasing the Ten of Swords energy, stabbing other people in back, and the lack mentality or the victim mentality I'm getting right now. Releasing the victim mentality of poor me, oh, everybody's doing this to me. They're finally realizing that these events, these were steps to growth. This is a, while it may have been unsteady, like a rope path type thing, right? But they're finally realizing these were lessons that helped them grow to who they are now that they've had their enlightenment, and accepting that. Accepting their truth. They're releasing the lies and they're accepting the truth. They're aiming high, ignoring or releasing the storm clouds that are there and breaking through them. Anything else there for this connection? Anything else for what they are releasing? Anything from this deck for what they're releasing, what they're letting go of? Upside down, Princess of Cups, naked women. Okay, or men. Spirit one. It was in reverse. Okay, so Princess of Cups is usually emotions and delivering an emotional, beautiful emotional message. She's coming here with something in her arms. To me, it looks like seaweed, but it looks like it's a gift, right? And she is vulnerable because she's half naked. She just has a sheet or something wrapped around her lower half, and some seaweed on her shoulder. So she's very vulnerable. So he's but the masculines weren't being in their emotions. They weren't being vulnerable. So they're releasing and letting go of not being that way because it was in reverse. So that would be that they're not being vulnerable, they're not being truth, or, sharing their gifts of vulnerability and emotion. So they're letting that go, which then they will be, because they're going to let that go, then they will be this way. I had to get all that download first. Alright, let's see what we get in this deck. Our usual love deck here. Spellcasters. Spirit from this deck, anything else regarding these cards of what else they are releasing, what are they letting go of? For the Divine Feminine, what is the masculine of the collective? What are they letting go of? What are they releasing? Greed. Twice. How'd that happen? How many? Oh, that's funny. That double energy, yay. I'm going to take these this way because they came that way. Okay, so they're releasing double energy. They're releasing that sex addiction, especially with these huge snakes here, like really standing out with their eyes glowing, and alcohol. They're listening to their higher self. They are, their crown chakra is open. Their third eye is wide open. and perhaps sometimes misplaced. The third eye on this creature is in their hand. You need to realize that their third eye is here to be their seer, not a feeler. But if they're in their emotions, that's fine either way. Seeing with their emotions, perhaps. Seeing through their emotions. Thank you, Spirit. But the alcoholic energy here, sex addiction, yeah, that rough sex, whatever it's called again, bondage, like, I want to say tantric, is it tantric sex? Whatever. But a lot of these snakes in this look like they're jumping out. Right? So they're releasing that. They're releasing let's see, Five of Swords is usually leaving behind things that no longer serve them and chasing things away. This is, to me right now, this feels like he's just chasing all these people away, whether friends, family. They don't want to hear it. They're just going to do their own thing. They're going to work on their own flame. But now they're chasing that away, and they're going to, they're putting an end to chasing people out of their lives, I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so this is the Eight of Pentacles. So it's this way. So they're trying to they're trying to no longer be greedy, because this is this way and this one. All three of these are about greed, I'm feeling, or material possessions. So let's do this one first so that I can. Four of Pentacles, this is someone who's very greedy, wants the foundation of something stable, but really more worried about their pentacles, more worried about stashing their money. And over here, they're less worried about their intuition or stability. They're more worried about their money. So they're trying to end that mentality. They're trying to learn to listen to their intuition and their stability. So it's this way. That's what they're trying to release, but maybe a struggle, right? Because we have 3 cards about it. So same thing with this one, pretty much is the Eight of Pentacles. Stashing their coins, their pentacles, things of value that they want, and they're tucking it away here and being loyal to the money. They're being loyal to their self and to their pentacles. So that's what they're protecting. And again, they're trying to let go of that mentality that money and material possessions are not what's going to bring them happiness. But so it's this way because that's what they're working on. Holding on to his pentacle, again, Page of Pentacles, trying to let it go. They're trying to release old belief systems so they have a sturdy foundation. Trying to release not being loyal. Loyalty issues, I'm hearing, that were buried. They had loyalty issues that were buried in the past, like skeletons in a closet. Yes, skeletons in a closet. There's the dog's digging up a bone over there. But this was upright, so they're releasing the greed to hold on to every penny. All right, and releasing the thought that of the judgment of almost a poor me mentality. Things aren't just, things aren't balanced, I'm not getting what I want mentality, the thinking that they deserve more mentality. It's really, a lot of these that they're releasing are, like with this, is about ego. So with the Tower and the rebirth and the transformation, they release, you have a death of the ego, and that's really what's happened here. That's why all of a sudden they're realizing, with death of ego is the one that's thinking, oh, I got to hold on my pennies, or I'm all that, or things happen to me, not for me. So they're releasing that thought because they had a death of the ego is what I'm getting. Releasing the idea, right? King of Wands. The King of Wands is in his thing, wrapped in his throne, listening to the higher, telepathic communication. But the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands can be a little in and out, like the player energy. So this being upside down, he's no longer wanting to be that player person, in and out. He wants to be stable and he wants to be upright. So he's releasing the being inverted, being messed up. Okay, I don't know why that said that way. I was just meant he's releasing being inverted, like seeing things the wrong way, upside down, reversed. He's seeing things reversed, and releasing that. Let's get some messages from here. So, congrats to the Divine Feminine doing the healing, because when you heal yourself and you go within and you had your death of ego and transformation and rebirth, this all triggers the masculine then to go within and do their healing and do, even if they don't know that they're doing it, when that brings those triggers up, they are healing them and releasing them. Then they get to the point that they're able to pass through the gate, right, and have that transformation and soul rebirth. So, great job, ladies, because you are the leader. You go through everything first. And congrats to the masculines that are in this position of realizing that they have to let these things go and having the strength to do so. Having the strength to come forward to their Queen of Swords, knowing she really is going to have mercy on them. Or he should realize that she will have mercy on him. Okay, what seems to be an injustice is really a blessing, so be grateful. And that's exactly what we just said, right? They're finally realizing that this is the way they need to think and not poor me. If you have a question that you were thinking, is this really my masculine? Or, I don't know, whatever your question was, the answer would be no. Is this my fault? No. Somebody's asking themselves if it's their fault. Universe will provide you with what you need, so don't abuse it. Somebody, again, being greedy, manifesting just money or just things for worldly joy, and we need to manifest for the good of others, so that if you're manifesting money, nothing wrong with that, but be sure and share with others. Help the homeless, help the animal shelters. Your Pato Gold, that treasure you search for, it's love for self and others. It's not money. Perfectly placed. How are you nurturing your mind, body, and spirit today? Stop blaming others, including the divine twin flame counterparts. What is your... Oh, yeah, divine. It doesn't say divine feminine. I was going to say. What is your node, your north node, south node? Study this. It'll help you see a different perspective of your personality or the way you see things, perhaps, because of the astral positions. Also, check out your 12, your house positions, your 7th house, 12th house, etc. I don't know why I just got that for spirit, but I just was supposed to tell someone that. I hope you have a blessed day.